best friend. Love it when I call you best friend. Oh yeah, no texting. I better get the message. Oh yeah, no stressing. If I got you by my side.
Hey y'all, it's DinayYvonne, and I'm back with another video. If you didn't know, now you know. Period. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I'm not going nowhere, but I just want to get cute, take some pictures. You feel me? But yeah, stay tuned. And let's get right into the video. This nigga gonna hit me with the I got a baby on the way. Like at this point, I'm still, y'all. I'm about to reenact this motherfucking scene. My two cousins on the floor. My sister right here laying behind me, and I'm like this. And he like, I got a baby on the way. I'm like, what? I'm walking into, because my cousin got a bathroom in her room. I'm walking into the bathroom. I walk into the bathroom. I'm leaning on the counter, and I'm like, is this a prank? My first thing, I'm like, is this a prank? Because he has a YouTube channel. He gonna go, it's not a prank, Danae. I'm so serious. I really got a baby on the way. I'm like, by who? God can't believe who this nigga gonna fucking got a baby on. This okay. So go back to the beginning. Like when I told y'all we was on and off for like the 3rd year. Was this in high school? No, this was in college. When we broke up, I was talking to this boy. We wasn't even talking. We wasn't really talking, but we was talking. And we stopped talking, and that was it. I stopped talking to him. We lost contact or whatever. Boom. So I'm talking to him. Now I rewind back to now. I'm talking to him. I'm like, who the girl? I'm like, who the girl? He like, the same boy I was talking to that I just said I was talking to, girlfriend, y'all. The girlfriend. And I'm like, who? And he explained. I'm like, I'm gonna have to call you back. I hung up. I'm like, at this point, I'm heated. I'm tearing up, y'all. I'm tearing up. I'm wiping my, because right now I'm in front of my family. So it's just like, at this point, I'm like, this gotta be a prank. This gotta be a prank. I just know this boy will not tell me while I'm 13 hours away from home some motherfucking news. Like, I just know. He not even like that. This gotta be a prank. So I'm tearing up. I'm wiping my face before I go back to the room. I go back in the room with my cousins or whatever. We chilling. We ain't speak. Then my dad came to pick me up, so we went back to my dad's house. So I'm at my dad's house. That whole ride back, I was just tearing up. I was tearing up in the back, crying. I was listening to music. I was listening to Summer Walker. Y'all know that junk hit at night. I was crying, everything, y'all. When I got back to my dad's house, I'll call him back. I'm like, okay. I asked again. I'm like, is this a prank? He like, no. Why my outlet look? He like, no, this is not a prank. Let me put my lashes on. He like, no, this is not a prank. So now I'm like, okay, I'm calm. I'm real. When I'm a little too calm, you better start to worry. You better start to worry. You better. Now I'm real calm. I'm like, okay, so tell me a full story. Like, we was just talking about getting back together when I come home, and you gonna hit me with I got a baby in a way? How dare you? So I'm like, tell me the full story. He like, okay. The first thing that came out of his mouth when I said tell me the full story, he like, oh, it was a one-night stand. I'm like, okay, tell me the full story. Proceed. I'm like, so when this happened, he told me when this happened was those same 3 weeks when I was in this bed crying my motherfucking eyes out. Didn't want to get up. Didn't want to record no damn YouTube video. This nigga was at this girl house, booed up. making kids. This happened the same time when I was crying. This is when it all took place. Whatever. And he like, oh, it was just a one night thing, whatever. I'm like, so what happened? Tell me the story, tell me the details. He was like, we was texting, it literally only took 2 days for me to have sex with her. And I'm like, okay, so where'd y'all have sex at? Because I'm like, she ain't come to your house. My first thing is, she ain't go to your house. So he like, oh, I went to her house. She got an apartment by herself. I'm like, oh, even better. Yo, I'm about to cry. I just gotta lash. Yeah, it literally only took me 2 days to have sex with her. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, 2 days? What the fuck? Something not adding up. And I'm like, okay, yo, you could tell I was just so in love with this boy, because when he told me that, I'm just like, okay. My first thing was just like, okay, is she keeping it? He like, cause he told me, oh, I don't even know if it's mine because she be out. I don't even know it's mine because she still mess with her ex. I don't know, something like that. I'm so fucking stupid. He was just like, it's just too much on me. He was just like, it's just so much pressure on me right now. And I'm just like, yeah, it's just so much pressure on you, my dumb ass. And I'm just like, yeah, we still could be together. If she don't know if it's yours, then we could still be together. If it is yours, then you're gonna have to do something, cause that's gonna be too much for me. What am I gonna tell my mom? My whole situation, because he was just like, you only think about yourself. And the whole time, I'm like, you're damn right I'm only thinking about myself, because what the fuck? What I'm gonna tell my mom? We've been together for 3, going on 4 years, and, like, what I'm about to tell my mom? That you got a baby on the way? She gonna look at me like, you pregnant? No, it ain't me. Exactly, like, what you mean you only think about yourself? You're damn right I'm only thinking about my damn self. I'm just like, well, did you tell your grandmother? He like, yeah, I told her. And I'm like, well, what'd she say? And he like, oh, she was mostly worried about you, but she was just like, oh, I had to step up to take care of it. So I'm like, okay. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't think your grandmother would say that, but okay. Y'all see how bad I turned when I threw them lashes on? But after that, the whole time, I was just thinking about the situation. I'm just like, I just kept thinking about it because I had so much time I wasn't home, so I had so much time on my hands to think about the situation. Yo, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing, when you got so much time on your hands to think about the situation. And as I kept thinking about it, I'm like, something is not adding up. So I called him again. I'm like, oh, okay, tell me a full story one more time. So you're telling me a story again. And I'm like, okay, well, did you talk to her? Like, what's she doing? Is she keeping it? He like, honestly, Danae, I think she's keeping it. She don't believe in abortions. Or whatever. Something really not adding up. I'm like, if it was just like a one night type thing, ain't no girl dumb enough to have your child if it was like a one night stand. I'm like, ain't nobody about to have a child by somebody she don't even know. Like, what's she gonna tell her kids? Oh, it was a mistake. I'm like, whether she don't believe in abortions or not, she not about to have no child with somebody she just had sex with, and that was it. I hung up. I'm thinking about the situation again. I'm like, hold on. Ain't nobody about to have a child by somebody they just had sex with. So I called him back. And I'm like, ooh. I said the name. Okay. I'm like, listen. Tell me the story one more time, cause something not adding up. Then he told me the same exact story, and I was like, something finally came out my mouth to say. I'm like, well, did y'all use a condom? He like, yeah, we used a condom, but it popped. I'm like, oh, it popped. I'm like, well, how many times y'all had sex? He gonna say twice. And I said, twice? Twice? What you mean twice? You just told me the full story. You told me it only happened. It was a one night thing. So now you had sex with her twice. So I'm like, when did the second time happen? He like, oh, after the first time, she texted me and it happened again. So I'm like, hold up. Now something really, you not telling me the full story now, because the first time you told me it was a one night stand. Now you telling me y'all had sex twice. So now I'm confused. So I'm like, listen. Tell me the story one more time. Cause I'm just confused. At this point, he just like, why I gotta? He just confused on why I keep asking him to tell him the story, and I'm just like, tell me the story one more time. So he telling me the same story. Then he bringing up the part where he met up with her again. So I'm like, all right. I hung up. The next day, I was on my way home, and I was taking the bus ride back home. So that bus ride was like 13 hours, probably longer, or whatever. And that whole ride, I was just crying. I literally was just crying. Like, I really hope this is a prank. At this point, I'm still like, I hope this is a prank. Yeah. So I got home. Like, I'm calling him. I'm like, I'm like, did you speak to her? He like, yeah, I speak to her. He like, honestly, I think she's keeping it. And if it turns out to be mine, I'm going to just have to step up to be there for the child. And I'm like, step up to be there for the child? You don't even know her. Like, right now, at this point, I was just thinking about myself. I'm like, you don't even know her. And he like, yeah, but I'm not about to sit here. I'm not about to be out here thinking like, oh, knowing that I have a child in here and I'll take care of her. And I'm like, I thought you didn't know it was yours. Right? Or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm just like, I'm still confused. I'm home. So the next day go by. I'm just like, something really not adding up. Like, so now, like, when I got home, like, we wasn't even texting that much anymore. So I'm like, you know what? Something not right. Like, you could tell when the vibe is off. He was just texting me like, let me handle the situation or whatever. Cause she don't believe in abortions. Like, he gonna convince her to get abortion. She don't believe in abortions or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So something just told me, you know what? Just text the girl. Just text the girl. And with me, my first instinct is go off on her. But I'm like, you know what? Because I know it's some people out there that be like, if you text them, they'll be like, I just know it's some people out there, and if you text them, they'll start coming crazy like, well, you need to go get your man, all this other stuff. And there'll be some people that be wanting to tell you information about what's really going on. So I just text her. I'm just like, you know what? I DM'd her on Instagram. I'm like, you know what? It's no beef. I just want to know the full story. Boom. So she gonna text back like, all right, call me. So I'm like, okay, she want to call her. I'm like, okay. So I'll call her. And the first thing she said, she like, oh, tell me what he tell you so I know, so I could tell you if it's right or wrong. So I'm telling her like, oh, he said it only took, it was just like, it only took 2 days from the fuck or whatever. I'm just telling him exactly what he told me. Like, it only took him 2 days to fuck. And y'all was just talking. And after that, y'all fucked. That was it. Or whatever. She gonna hit me with the wrong. We was talking for a whole month. For a whole month. She like, yeah, we was talking for a whole month. She was like, we was talking for a whole month. He be coming to my house. She was like, he was just at my house Saturday. Hold up. He was at your out Saturday? She like, yeah, we been talking for a whole month or whatever. I'm like, oh, he told me I only had sex twice. She was like, oh, we had sex 3 times, and that wasn't even. And when we had sex, that wasn't even the only times we linked up. She was like, we been out to places. We went to Chipotle. I'm like, Chipotle? Chipotle? Fuck. Damn, y'all going out to eat together? Y'all going out to eat? Y'all going out to eat though? When I tell y'all, me and her was on the phone for like a good 4 hours straight. She was giving me the drop. She was like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, he told me that you don't believe in abortions. And she was like, I don't believe in abortions. I got abortion. She said I made an appointment to get an abortion Tuesday, one of these days, she said. And I'm like, and she was like, oh, he told me not to go. He told me not to go. I'm like, he told you not to go? He told you not to go? What you mean he told you not to go? She was like, yeah, he told me not to go. And he was like, oh, if I get one, he gonna feel some type of way. She was like, if I get an abortion, he gonna feel some type of way. Basically, he was just telling her, oh, he want to be with her. He can't believe that she having her child or whatever. And then she gonna hit me with the, oh, he calling now. I'm like, oh, he calling now? I'm like, you know what, fuck that. Merge that call and I'm gonna put myself on mute. Like, merge that call and I'm gonna put myself on mute. At this point, I'm in the bathroom. I'm hyped up, right? All I hear is she like, hello. And she talking to him, trying to get him to say the same stuff that he's been telling her, just so I could hear it. So I'm like, she like, hello. He like, yeah. She was like, yeah. Have you thought about the situation? She was like, yeah. I already told you. I made an appointment to get an abortion. And he was just like, no. I'm at this point, I'm literally hearing him. He was like, no. You better not get abortion. If you get abortion, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. He was just like, I can't believe you having my child. I'm literally listening to him here all the time. My motherfucking heart dropped. My heart pounded right now. He like, oh, I can't wait for you to have my child. Oh, I told my friend. Remind you, this is the same friend that I don't like. He like, oh, I told my friend. He said he want to be the godfather. I'm like, godfather? Godfather? I'm like... He like, yeah, I told him I want to be the godfather. He like, and she like, are you even ready to have a child? He like, oh, yeah, I'm not ready right now. But once the child get here, I'm going to have to step up to be ready, all this other stuff. And she like, did you tell your grandmother? He like, no, I didn't tell her, my grandmother yet. Remind you, he told me that he told his grandmother, but he telling her that she told his grandmother. So I'm like, he probably really told her, but he don't want to tell her. He don't want to tell her what his grandmother really said. But now I'm just confused or whatever. And he like, yeah, I'm literally listening to him say all of this. And I'm like, he basically telling her to keep the baby, but he telling me, oh, he gonna convince her to get an abortion. So he hung up. He was like, hold on, I'm gonna call you back. And when he hung up, I was just talking to him. I'm like, wow. Like, I'm like, that's really crazy because he telling me like something totally different from what he telling you. So... you know, I'm like, we still on the phone. Hour go by, we still on the phone. Like, at this point, this girl telling me this situation and more shit on top of the situation. So she started bringing up hella people. Hella people just started getting added to the situation. Come to find out, this boy got a whole best friend now. A whole best friend. This boy got a best friend. He been kicking with it for 2 years. I'm like, two years? We've been at it for 3.5 years. She telling me all the tea. Yo, at this point, she telling me all the tea right now. She like, yeah, he be telling me everybody he be messing with because he know I don't care. She was like, yeah, and he got this best friend he been having sex with for like 2 years. I'm like, she was just telling me everything. And when she told me the girl name, I'm like, damn, I know her. I know her because this is the same girl who we got into an argument up, and he told me, oh, that's just my friend. That's just an old friend. That's just an old friend. Y'all, this is the same girl. Son, you never know. You just never know. When a nigga tell you, oh, that's just his friend, don't believe him. Don't believe him. Don't believe him. Don't. So that's just that on that. She started telling me everything. Apparently, he got like 5 bodies. And I thought, he telling me I was only one. She was telling me everything. People on top of people. She was just bringing up these names, and I'm just like, damn. I remember all these people from past situations that we had argued about. Like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him, and I'm gonna merge the call, and you put yourself on mute so you can hear what he's saying to me. So I call him. I'm like, I'm so calm now. I'm super calm to the point where he asked me, am I okay? Why are you so calm? That's how calm I am, right? So I called him. I'm like, hey, babe. I'm like, hey, babe. He like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm laying down. I miss you. Boo. Right? So I hit him and I'm like, cute. I'm just like, did you speak to her? He like, yeah, but not really. Like, I don't know. I think she's just going to keep it or whatever. And I was just like, oh, okay. And he was just like, oh, even though that she keeping it, that don't mean I want to be with her. I still want to be with you. I just got to be there for the child. And I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, let's just talk about the situation one more time. I'm like, tell me the story one more time so I know, like, that I'm not bugging. He hit me with the same story, y'all. Oh, it only took us 2 days to have sex. That was it. After we had sex, we stopped speaking. And I'm like, I said his name. I'm like, do you really want to be with me? And he like, yes, I want to be with you. Like, I want to be with you, but it's just too much right now. Like, I don't know what to do. It's too much pressure on me right now. I'm like, I don't mean to put too much pressure on you. I don't mean to put too much pressure on you, but I'm like, listen, tell me the story one more time. One more time. At this point, this is my last time asking. I'm just like, damn, if you don't tell me the truth, I already know. And I'm just like, tell me a story one more time. He told me the same story. And I was like, you fucking liar. I started spazzing, yo. I literally started spazzing. I'm like, you fucking liar. I started going off. I started bringing up hella bitches' names. Let me start crazy. I started bringing up hella girls' names like, oh, but you was messing with this and this and this and this and this and her. And you told me she was just a friend. And what happens? What's this best friend? What's this best friend that you messing with for 2 years now? I started bringing up mad stuff. And then he like, what are you talking about? He hit me with the, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Then I said the girl name. I'm like, he don't know what I'm talking about. And then she started going off. For him. And he laughing, y'all. This boy is literally laughing like, is that blah, blah, blah on the phone? I'm like, yeah, it is. And he just like, why you got, and then he talking to her. He like, why is she on the phone? And I'm like, what you mean, why is she on the phone? Fuck you mean, why is she on the phone? And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Have a good life. And I hung up. I rest my case. And I hung up. And that was it. Like, I went to work. Yo. It's really hard going to work and not being in the mood. Like, when I tell y'all, I was literally crying. I was crying all day at work. I just kept going. I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? I kept going to the bathroom. I was just crying. I'm crying. All day at work, son. And I'm just like, because my thing is, despite of him telling me that he have a baby on the way, I knew, like, he had to have sex with her when those 3 weeks when we wasn't talking. I knew that. And I'm like, okay, even though because he was telling me it only happened like it only happened one time. And so despite in that it only happened one time, I was just on some type of shit like, okay, it was a mistake. You telling me you only happened one time, it was a mistake. So we could still, if you know it's not yours, then we could still work on being together. Like, I forgive you. Like, we wasn't together. Like, and that was the type of person I am. And now to think about it, and now just thinking about the situation and knowing the truth and hearing that come from his mouth, I was just like, damn, like, I really was about to sit here and still be with you, even though, like, if I would have never hit him up, if I never would have hit her up, I would not know the full story because he would never tell me. And I was just like, damn, like, I really was about to sit here and still be with you, even though you got a child, like, and I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my parents nothing. I recently just told my parents, like, 2 weeks ago. And it's not even 2 weeks ago. Like, before, not even 2 weeks ago, like, before Christmas. And it's now January 7th. And, yeah. And, when I still, like, not now, but before when I used to talk about the situation, because I didn't tell nobody. I literally didn't tell nobody. I just told my family. When I say my family, I mean, like, everybody that live in my household and my sisters. Like, and my best friend. When I talk about this, like, every time I used to talk about the situation, I just cried because it's just like, damn. We've been together for 3 going on 4 years, and like all of this happened, and it wasn't even about that he was having a child anymore. It was just about, like, she was telling me more stuff on top of that he had did while we was together, like him having sex with all these other girls, and him having his best friend that he been having sex with for like 2 years now. And it's just like the principle, like, damn, like, because every argument we ever got into, I'm telling you, he put me down as if it was my fault. Like, he did certain stuff because the stuff that I did in the past. Like, and my thing is, that's our problem. Every argument we ever had was because of past situations. Because every time when we broke up, talked to other people, and then we got back together, and we never spoke about, like, what we did when we wasn't together. Like, so my thing is, when we was good, and the person found out, like, oh, what we did when we wasn't together, it was like, it was old to us, but it was new to them. And my thing is, that's my problem. Like, well, that's my toxic trait. Like, if we broken up, like, I don't know. I feel like it's not, if we broke up and, like, I talk to somebody else, I feel like whatever, if I talk to other people, if I talk to somebody else, whatever me and him, that person did, like, God forbid, like, I know I didn't do nothing, but I'm just saying, whatever me and that person did, I feel like it's, I don't know, like, I didn't want to speak about it to you because, like, I don't know, like, I just don't want to speak about it. And that's my fault, because every time when we did get back together, after our argument, he'll ask me, like, oh, do you want to talk about the situation? I'll just be like, no, just forget it. And with me, I will forget the situation like nothing ever happened and forgive, but he wouldn't. So it will be like, every upcoming argument we'll have, he'll keep bringing up my past. But every argument we had, I will never bring up his past. So it's like, I got over it, but he didn't. And that's my toxic trait. And my thing is, that's moral of the story. I just gave y'all everything and more than I expected it to. And that's basically why I haven't been posting, because, like, I was just so sad. I was literally so depressed and sad, because it's just like, damn, like, this is reality. Like, I never thought I would experience my first heartbreak, y'all. I wrote a poem, y'all. And in the poem, I said, what did I say in the poem? I said, I never cried every day. I never felt the pain that every girl had to face. The pain that strikes your heart and have you staring into space. Or the pain that has you overthinking never goes away. I'ma tell the truth, because he would never tell you how. I was so young when it all went down. only use my heart and not my mind to work it out. And keep the world thinking that I got it figured out. Yo, when I wrote that poem, it's more to it. But when I wrote that poem, I wrote that when I was heartbroken. And I really, every word I said, I meant and I felt. Like, now when I just look back at it, at the situation, like, when I just look back at the situation, I just be like, damn, like, I ain't deserve that. I really didn't, like. But everyone goes through their first heartbreak, I guess. Yo, I never thought, like, I really thought this boy was about to be my husband. But, like, you never know, like, that's what I'm saying. After, and I really feel like it's his friend that's changed him, because 2 years ago, I couldn't even say 2 years ago because you had a best friend for 2 years now. But I'm just saying, when I first met you, you would never do this. You would never do this. And now I'm speaking to you genuinely. Like, when I first met you, if you watching this, when I first met you, you would have never did this. Like damn. When I look up at this, it still feels like a dream. Like, I'm still processing it now, and it's just like, damn, like, you ain't had to do me like that. Like, what the? You ain't had to do me like, you could have just told me what it was from. Yo, and my thing is, we've been at it for so long, on and off, and that's what made it so toxic. That's what made it so toxic, yo. We've been at it for so long. So long. And that's what really broke me the most, because I'm just so accustomed to this person. I don't know. I didn't know how it felt to be unaccustomed to that person. But now I just look back at the situation and be like, I needed that. I didn't want that, but I needed that. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's the end of the story. I hope you guys like it. If you want more story times from me, I'm open book, baby. Comment down below if you want to know. But, yo, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you share with your friend and your friend and your friend. And make sure your friend share with their friend. And comment down below. Subscribe to your girl channel. I only got like 30 subscribers. But it's okay. New year, new blessings. New subscriber. But if you like this video, like I said, make sure you guys big thumbs up. Follow my social media. It will be up here because I'm active. I'm active. And if you guys want to help me find a new man, say nah. Say nah. But, y'all, thanks for watching. See you guys in my next video.